Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
So today.
Okay,
Go
so
on.
yeah, so today we're going to Cameroon, we're going to Niger and Namibia.
Okay.
I think we'll start from Namibia, where we're reading from the Namibian newspaper, and the headline says Gengob brushes off impeachment calls. SWAPO President Haig Gengob says the party leaders who are calling for him to step down are copycats of the South African system, since he cannot be impeached through Congress.
Guy has this much power. Guy's bold, huh?
Well, he said this on Saturday at the party's Central Committee meeting. Some, we understand, are also going around collecting signatures to remove the elected president of the SWAPO party, he said. Former SWAPO leaders such as ex-Prime Minister Nahas Angula have since last year called for Gengob and the current SWAPO leadership to resign due to being elected through fish rot-funded campaigns. Now, former Minister of Home Affairs Pendukeni Iluva Ithana has also expressed dissatisfaction with the current SWAPO leadership. Gengob over the weekend said there is a new trend in SWAPO of some members calling for an extraordinary Congress to remove leaders from the positions they were elected to in 2017. Now, he said that it is sad that those who profess to know the tradition and culture of the SWAPO party are crediting themselves as cadres of high ideological standing and discipline, but today they engage in such copycat and reactionary activities, which they obviously have borrowed from the happenings in South Africa. Gengob also said in South Africa the president elected by the parliament can constitutionally be removed through a recall. However, this is not the case in Namibia. The constitution states that a president can be removed from office if a two-third majority of all the members of the National Assembly, confirmed by a two-third majority of all the members of the National Council, adopt a resolution impeaching the president on the grounds that he or she has been guilty of a violation of the constitution. The man knows the law.
He does.
And he's using it to his benefit.
Oh, yeah. You yeah, he knows the law, and above all, he's the president as well. So I believe there are some, exceptions to being president, There are. You have a veto power. You can actually have absolute power.
No, that is just within the party, but I'm just saying he knows the law and he's using it. And once he knows that there's no way that there's going to be a two-third, like a majority of the National Assembly, that will also be confirmed by a two-third majority of the National Council.
You guys have just handed, the meat to the lion, so he's just gonna prey on it.
He knows that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So he's just telling the
Belen, call your bluff. Call your bluff. Okay, where to next?
Okay, well that's from the Namibia newspaper.
All right.
Well, moving on to Cameroon, we're reading from the Journal du Cameroon. Not exciting news over there.
Okay, what's happening?
Well, 5 people die in traffic accident at Dishang Cliff.
Oh la la. Okay.
A horrible road accident killed 5 people and injured 22 others on the night of 25th May 2021 at the Dishang Cliff in the Western region. Now, at the origin of this other drama involving a coaster vehicle departing from the Department of Bambotus for Kekem, a defection of the braking system, they learned. Shortly after 7 p.m., several sources reported the bus registered CH003877 from Mboda to Kekem had its braking system released. The inevitable happened. 5 people died and nearly 20 people were injured. Now, this is the toll of this accident that occurred during the Dishang Cliff, where the alert plate indicates that here 55 dead. This place where several people have been charred in a road accident on January 27.
Oh dear. This happened last night.
Yeah.
25th. Yeah. May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Yeah. According to one of the coaster's passengers, the driver's lack of caution is to be pointed out. He did not know about an apparent failure once he hired off the cliff. Things started with the brake pads catching fire, and the driver stubbornly said he was going to check it at the end of the cliff.
Oh.
Sometimes these drivers don't listen.
they don't listen. They don't take their time. You know, they don't listen. They don't take their time, and they're sometimes just reckless.
Like,
And also to mention, yesterday there was this news about a tanker, an oil tanker exploding in a certain community here in our base, kind of thing in the Ashanti region, killing, I think, 3 people and then a young boy. It actually burnt. I think the flame exploded to the houses
Neighborhood, yeah.
closer to the road, and all of these houses got burnt, leaving all of these inhabitants with no homes to sleep and all of that. They had to occupy the nearby school and everything. I think they just need to be careful. Read road signs. Take your time. Where are you running to?
There was this thing where there's this thing
Honestly,
people are
man.
trying to do here in our base Ghana, where that they're looking at the minimum requirement for one to get a driver's license, at least a
Yeah.
secondary school education.
Yeah.
People are actually fighting against that.
Can you imagine? So
They're
what's
fighting
the
against it.
what's the use of the signs?
You know, some of them feel they've been driving for long and they know how to drive,
That's
and
the
you're not the
thing,
one
you
to
see?
teach them how to drive. So
Look,
then
one
they're
way or
good with
the other,
it.
you definitely need a certain education. You definitely need certain enlightenment
See,
in some space.
Even with education,
about your experience,
you always
bro.
have to be alert and think ahead,
Exactly.
anticipate. And look, the people were telling you your brake pad has caught fire. Just park. Just park. You're saying you check it at the end of the clip,
Can you
and they didn't
imagine?
make it be.
Anyway, let's continue to pray. Generally, let's just continue to pray and speak out. Okay.
The sad thing is, if you're not careful, you go and speak, and he gets angry. He starts insulting the passengers, starts driving carelessly, or he might choose to just drop you in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll be safer that way. Trust me. Okay.
Well, finally, we're going to Niger, who are reading from the Le Sahel newspaper, and the headline says the President of the Republic took part yesterday in the extraordinary summit of the CBLT heads of state on the situation in Chad in Abuja, Nigeria.
Right. Okay.
For the President of the Republic, the head of state, SEM Mohamed Bazoum, returned to Niamey late yesterday afternoon from Abuja, Nigeria, where he took part in an extraordinary summit of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, which is the CBLT. The summit was also enhanced by the presence of the head of state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Central African Republic, Sudan, Chad, the president of the Libyan Presidential Council, and a minister of state for the presidency of the Republic of Cameroon. According to the final communique from the summit, the heads of state and government reviewed the situation in Chad following attacks by a group of mercenaries that led to the disappearance of Marshal Idriss Déby Itno, the late president of the Republic of Chad. They also looked at the consequences for peace, security, and development in Chad in particular, and in the Lake Chad region, and in the Sahel in general.
All right.
Well, during the closed session, the executive secretary of the CBLT made a presentation on the situation in Chad, followed by the detailed intervention of the president of the Transitional Military Council of Chad. As a result of these interventions, the heads of states of government exchanged, and then they literally spoke on these issues.
Okay.
Well, there's a story coming from the Le Sahel newspaper in Niger, and that's all we have for you for Headlines Across Africa. They keep meeting.
Yeah. That's something that's like, it's a generic.
I just don't see anything. They keep meeting, but then, we still keep having the same situation. So.
Okay. Let's hope for the best.